So CD Projekt Red recently just revealed the update 2.2 coming into Cyberpunk 2077, and while I think it brings a lot of great features into it, a lot of people seem to be rather let down from this announcement, and I think that's really just from the previous massive updates that we've had with Cyberpunk 2077, that this update doesn't really seem to be that impactful, not as much as people were hoping for when it came to a whole new update to this game. It seems like the reception of this update though is rather mixed, where some people are saying this is great and awesome, and other people saying massive L, not doing what we want to see in the game. But so we're all on the same page, let's talk about what they're doing with this 2.2 update. And make sure to like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff for more gaming news. Because while this update has some great stuff added into it, like you can change the color of your car like on the fly, you can take the color from another car, add it onto your car, which actually has gameplay implications, like it helps you evade the NCPD, which is a really cool thing. So it's not just a cosmetic thing, it has a gameplay element to it. So it's really nice that they did that. Again, something we've seen previously within Cyberpunk 2077, be able to change the color of your car, but like something like this I think is just really freaking cool. And it's something that actually has something to play with the game. And so then like it's a really great addition. Nothing too crazy, but it affects like how the game can play sometimes. Talking about vehicles, they actually added in 10 more vehicles into the game as well. Some of them are specific to Phantom Liberty, so keep that in mind when it comes to this update. But you can have more cars in the game because, well, that's just better, right? More stuff is better. A really cool thing they added in was after Act 1, Johnny Silverhand can be a rider with you in the car. And apparently this was a mod that was then now being ported into the official build of the game, and Johnny will ride with you in the passenger seat, and he'll comment on things that's going around, kind of stuff. So that's really cool. Like, really helps bring in that Johnny Silverhand character, because more Johnny on the screen is always better to me. One thing I loved, I literally like squealed when I saw this. Oh my god, you can just move around with the camera! Oh my god.
The most important thing is that
yes, I am never going to finish this game. I'm going to be spending 60% of my time playing just in this photo mode of this damn game now. Oh my god. Look at the update that they made, the photo mode. You can actually free move around the camera however you like. That's awesome. Before it was so janky and weird and like had these weird like invisible walls you couldn't get through. Now it seems like if you go into free range mode, you can just kind of go wherever you want. We don't really know what the limitations are. We'll test that out a little bit later in this video when it comes to this. But as someone as myself who is a big fan of photo modes, I am a absolute sucker when it comes to a good photo mode. So being that Cyberpunk has one of the best photo modes out there gets me excited that like we get to just kind of like create so many cool new things with this, right? And it's a lot of cool additions that they made. Like you can see, like you can. That was the big addition, was the free roam camera, but they actually made some other things as well. You can now add a spotlight. You can add up to 3 lights for your shot as well, so you can get the lighting just right. Again, for all you video photographers out there, I guess, or gaming photographers out there, this update is going to be massive, such for myself as well, because I think this is just so freaking cool. Like I said, I'm a sucker for a good photo mode. And you can actually have additional characters spawn with you, so you can have like a bit of like a group shot, if you will, if you want to do something like that. That's pretty fun. Well, the really cool thing is that these pictures actually have a function within the world of Cyberpunk where you can actually add them into your gallery, and then you can choose what photos you want on the wall in your various apartments. So like it actually takes the elements that you made within the game and have them put into the game itself. That's just a nice cool little customization feature that I think like really goes a long way when it comes to customizing the experience of Cyberpunk 2077, as well as over 100 new additions when it comes to customization of your character. Again, we'll get into the specifics of that a little bit when we go over to the blog. One thing I thought was really cool when it comes to like almost an innovation when it comes to character customization, you have a randomizer, which we've seen before, but the cool thing is you have a slider of how random you want your random to be. Do you want it to look pretty normal, but randomize that a little bit? That'd be like a 2 right here, as you can see, for plain to punk, where on the far end of things, you can go real wild with it. But then if you see something between one of these random sets, you're like, oh, hey, I like that hairstyle. I like that cyberwear. I like that eye makeup. You can select specifically which one you want to keep. That's awesome. So those additions seem awesome, but why are so many people in the community actually rather upset about this update? One part I think comes from just player expectations and built up on their own side of things of knowing what could be done in Cyberpunk and what is actually happening. They're two completely different things. For example, let's look at the 2.1 update, the last major update that we have for this game. What did it bring for us? Well, it brought you a metro system within the game, which a lot of people have requested for. You can now listen to the radio however you like, whenever you like, just walking through the world. You got partner hangouts, like you can spend time with the partners that you make within the game as well, so you can have more intimate moments, if you want to call it that, or whatever, just actual like experiences with those characters. You build these bonds with these characters, so that's actually kind of a big deal, right? It's something you can actually do in the game. And also some new vehicle stuff in there, which is always kind of fun, right? In this one, it seems like the major update is really just like updates to photo mode, and also being able to change the color on your car, and various little bug fixes here and there. So nothing really drastically changing when it comes to the experience of playing Cyberpunk. Now, I did do a watch party live stream when it came to the reveal of this update. Thank you all for coming by and checking out that live stream. We do live stream on the channel here if you guys want cash flows. Make sure to subscribe and all that. But there are three main things that I saw that people really wanted for this update that are just not happening. And I don't really know if people fully understand the state of where the development is like for Cyberpunk 2077. So prepare yourself for some details and hot takes, if you will. I'm sure many of you fans out there know the current update with The Witcher 4, right, as they have entered in full-scale production for that game. That means that a lot of effort and time is being focused strictly on The Witcher 4, which is codenamed Polaris. There was a graph that was recently revealed about what the assets and allocations of the development team at CD Projekt Red are going through, and you can see right here, this is kind of like the build of the entire company at the moment, where Polaris, which is going to be The Witcher 4, whatever they had to actually end up naming it, vast majority of people at CD Projekt Red are working on that game. Full-scale production happening with that. Orion, which is the sequel to Cyberpunk 2077, currently in development as well, a bit of a smaller team. You have Sirius and Hater as well as those teams. But the team that's really involved with this kind of update is the shared services team, which would be things like localization, community, quality assurance, data, insights, experiences, artificial intelligence, and include like various unannounced projects within that and stuff like that. So little updates kind of thing. And that would be like the gray and blue areas, kind of working on what the team that would have made this update. So you can see like the resources that CD Projekt Red are giving to Cyberpunk are not something that can be like allocated very easily, right? It's a lot of people mainly working on what's coming in the future, not currently updating what's happening right now, and that team is getting smaller and smaller. So for the team to bring in the three big things I kept seeing repeat over and over again in my chat, as well as the Cyberpunk chat, were three main things I think are just probably not gonna happen with this game. One of them being the third person mode, which if you guys haven't seen the third person animations, oh my god. This was a video that was posted a while ago showcasing the third person animations, and well, they're starting off all right, like they're not that great. I think the proportions look a little weird as her hips are way wider than her waist in this one, but you know, this is the reason why you see this game mainly in third person. Some of it's a little janky, which, but, you know, this isn't anything that's like immersion breaking, but wait, the crawl animation, like what's going on here? Like, what's up with that swag, dude? Like, what's going on with that? But it gets even worse. Watch what happens when they pull out the katana, and the sword animations are just so janky, because this game wasn't designed to be seen in third person, right? Like, it's really only for first person. While in first person looks amazing, third person, janky as hell. Like, how are you supposed to land like a sword swing where you're like, kind of just like doing this? Like, what's this? Like, how do I aim? How am I supposed to aim? Where's my center of aim? Like, it's not possible. And yes, Cyberpunk could completely redo all the animations in third person to make it actually function properly, but the thing is, like I showed earlier, I don't think they have the resources to do something like that. Another thing would be like a new game plus experience, right? You gain so much power and so many new abilities within the game. It completely changes how you play Cyberpunk 2077. So then be able to jump back in and play through it all again with all your cool new abilities in a new game plus fashion would be really freaking cool. But I think that also plays a factor of how the game is balanced and the engagements that you come in with, that like the game is specifically functioned for you to have like this power creep, so to kind of go back through it, kind of break the game. But also could be part of the fun of like going back in and playing with a new game plus that like, yeah, you just kind of overpowered as hell, and you just run through everything and just blow everybody up because you just want to feel like a total badass, which kind of makes sense. But I don't know how many people would actually really utilize a new game plus, just because there are a lot of people who play Cyberpunk, right? There are hundreds of thousands of people who play Cyberpunk still to this day every single month. But how many of those people are actually like finishing the game? For a rough statistic of how many people have actually completed a playthrough of the main story of Cyberpunk 2077, you can actually check out this link right here, where the achievement called The World is complete the main story, and it says roughly 42% of people who have played Cyberpunk have actually completed the main story. Again, this is just like a website that's online. It might not be official, but it kind of just gives you a rough estimate of how many people have actually completed vast majority of people haven't finished the game. But the people who are still playing the game, well, they might be a little bit more engaged audience to actually be someone who actually enjoyed New Game Plus. But how much dev time and resources would that take? Probably a lot. YouTuber Juicehead did show a mod that actually does let you do a New Game Plus experience, which is really awesome, right? Of course, this would be something you'd want to have to be dev made, right? To be something that could be created. But I think where Cyberpunk 2077 is at the moment, it's kind of more in the community hands, really, when it comes to making new experiences with this franchise right now, because like I said, the majority of them are focusing on the next game and also The Witcher. But this also kind of leads into my next point, is that what I was actually really hoping for and what I was actually kind of expecting was going to be a mod kit for Cyberpunk 2077, you know, a red kit, if you will, so people can modify the game however they like, kind of put the game off into the sunset and be like, let you go gamers, make all the fun stuff that you want to make. And so in this video from Juice, I definitely just showcase some of the mods that are available right now, and there are a ton of mods. But the thing is that there is no mod kit, because what can a mod kit do for you? Well, it can do a lot of things, like exactly as in being able to create entirely new missions and give modders more freedom to create rather than kind of like repurposing things that they already have kind of stuff. So there's a lot of different things that can be done here, and how much of it can just be done by the community, by those highly engaged players, and how much of that needs to be done by the developers. That's kind of where we're at right now, I think, with Cyberpunk. Obviously, this affects a lot more of the PC player base. You know, there is a significant amount of people who are playing on console who won't get a chance to really get to enjoy mods for whatever reason. You know, there's a lot of weird legalities when it comes to allowing mods on the platform. And a mod kit was my biggest hope. I maybe might not just be there quite yet when it comes to the lifespan of Cyberpunk 2077. Maybe once we know the official reveal of Project Orion, maybe that's when we'll see it. Because right now, as a Cyberpunk fan, this game right here is the game to play if you're a Cyberpunk fan. So currently, it's kind of like you're in its current lifestyle, lifespan technically, right? But it might not feel like that as a player because, well, you know, we had these Phantom Liberty update that happened last year, which was fantastic, but we don't really see anything new on the horizon coming in that's going to really get people excited to play through again, or, you know, redo their playthroughs or something like that, right? This update was significant, but rather minor. But keep in mind, there were some rather significant fixes that came within this game as well. A lot of the open world stuff, right? Some quests and open world objectives where like some things were kind of buggy, or maybe the text wasn't written properly, especially for also Phantom Liberty stuff. Some fixes came in there. Some gameplay changes as well. One thing I thought was rather interesting, saying that fix an issue where the NCPD could stop functioning properly after V engages in a shootout in Pacifica between the Voodoo Boys and Trauma Team. So that's actually like a significant thing that happens within the game that actually like changes how the AI works, right? So there's some changes right there, and also just very miscellaneous bug fixes, right? Like fix ray trace shadows for V in photo mode for all you gaming photographers out there. That's a significant change as well. And also a cool thing is this optimized threading system to improve performance by up to 33% on Intel Arrow Lake based processor. So actual performance changes, which actually help make the game run better. That's all the boring stuff that no one really cares to see in a live stream. Okay, so here we are in Cyberpunk 2077. Let's go into this now super amazing, awesome photo mode, right? Into the drone mode, and how far, like, you can see you kind of move around. Like, now you can actually just kind of like move however you like, right? Like, you can actually move pretty far away. It's actually like really nice. Before it'd be really janky and weird, like you move your camera up and down and stuff. Really nice. I'm kind of curious, like, how far can you actually like move away from your character? Because that was always one thing I thought was kind of an odd thing, that like it was always really difficult to really try to get the right kind of angle on your character. But like, look how far you can actually move out now. Like, this is actually kind of nice. Like, what's the actual limit? Can I just like go outside the world if I wanted to? Like, is that a possibility? Oh no. Okay, now we hit the limit right here. This is about, so there is still like an invisible wall, but oh my god, dude, like drastically improved from what it was previously. As we have, let's try around some of these like surrounding NPCs now, right? So let's check this out. Let's like add some characters in. We got like Johnny Silverhand again in. What now? Let's go. Wait, where did he go? Oh, there he is. It's like, what? Excuse me? Where did he go? That's kind of odd. They just kind of place him like right there. Does that mean I have to kind of stand next to him or something? Okay, here we go. Now you can actually like move around a little bit here. Okay, so it's just trying to jankily kind of like rotate him around a little bit. Okay, so close and far are kind of dictated by the location of your V. So close is like right on them like that. Okay, well, I'm trying to add Am Smasher to like the right of my V, but it seems like it's kind of a little tricky here because maybe I have to kind of like just move them a little bit to the right or left of boy Johnny. Right, we were able to add our little anime friend over here. So this is my squad. All right, time to take a picture here. Fat smile, cheese. I was trying to play around with a little bit of lighting. It might be a little weird, but trying to move this lighting in like in third person, this detached third person just feels really weird. But that definitely makes sense though. Like shadows on brightness, you can turn that up a little bit. You're not gonna really see it too much because I'm in the middle of the daylight here, right? But you can change the hues, saturation of that, the luminance, inner angle, outer angle, and stuff like that. So you can get pretty specific when it comes to up to 3 different lights that you want to have on for your mode, which is cool. Now it showcased the Technicolor changes stuff up, but I'm actually not that far in the game right now. So, but you know, you saw it in the live stream. It looked cool. So what CD Projekt Red did for this update and what they showcased, I thought there was a lot of great features and additions added into the game, which I thought was really cool. But I can understand how it could be a big letdown to the community compared to the previous updates, like the 2.0 update, massive game changer. 2.1 added some significant gameplay elements, where this one's more kind of like just like, hey, we found a few things that we thought we could just add into the game right now, you know. So that's why I feel like a lot of this might be a big letdown to a lot of people. For me, as myself, as someone who's kind of just like finding themselves within the Cyberpunk universe and playing this game again, that it was a nice update. And I think we're kind of at the state where we are right now with Cyberpunk, where it's not gonna get like that big main feature kind of focus that we're gonna get. Do I think this is gonna be the last update? I don't think so, but it just kind of depends what we're gonna get moving forward. Guys, if you like this type of videos, make sure to tap like and subscribe. I always appreciate it. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.